It's I think it's still October 23rd. My phone on me, but I just got home. I didn't realize it was gonna rain. It's like pouring raining. So I managed to get some of the most important stuff for me, which is my laptop, my camera, all my electronics. So I have that because that's like work related, and my camera clearly. And just whatever bags I had in the front, I tried to take out for the simple purpose of making sure I don't leave anything visible in the car. The only problem is that the other stuff that's somewhat visible is still in the back seat. It's freaking pouring. I tried bringing, my clothes was in the back seat too, and I put it in my laundry bag and that got wet, like drenched. I had my painting in the back seat. I brought my painting. I didn't bring the sweater or the other clothes from, like just the other stuff from the personal stuff because I couldn't find the box. But I brought the painting. And I have some stuff in the back, but I'm thinking, okay, no one's gonna be walking around in the middle of the rain. It's pouring. 6 a.m. is when it lets up a bit. So the fortunate thing is that I found parking right across the street. Like not directly across the street, but on that street. So I don't have to move it until Tuesday. So I know that my stuff is like nearby where I can, peek my head out. Make sure. I'm sure it's fine, but like I went to Costco, toilet paper, like the big stuff that I was just like, dreading to get just because of lugging it here. I got, because I had planned to just park right across the way, put my emergency lights and take everything out. But fortunately there was a space and I saw it and I was like, all right, I'm parking there. But it's too wet to really even try to bring the stuff in. I love the rain, but I don't want to get my painting wet. I don't want to open up the back and just try to like roll the little cart in because everything is going to get drenched. I think I'd rather wait until tomorrow morning. What's left in there is just books, some clothes, my salad is there, my lettuce, hopefully that'll last. What else did I put back? Yeah, it's just Costco stuff and my painting and one of my tables. So we'll see. But on the way here, I just kept reflecting on the truth that I spoke. And I shared it with a loved one. And this person was not in agreement for me to say it. She said, don't do it. And I was like, why? Well, first I said it's already done. I said I gave him a choice to either hear it from me or to wait and see for it to come out because he's aware of the channel. And he said for me to tell him, so I did. But this person said, you're not married anymore, so what did she say? She said, well, where was the benefit? This idea of adding insult to injury, right? I said it's really to no one's benefit other than the truth being spoken. If I'm being in all sincerity, I don't have to say anything, but it's going to come out publicly. And I would rather me give him the choice to hear it from me directly or to wait. It's his choice. It's only fair. But then she said, but you're not married anymore. There's no connection. I said, no, there is a connection. There's a friendship that we're working on. And, what would happen if I don't say anything and it comes out and someone we know watches it and someone tells him about it and then he's surprised that I didn't say a thing? Yeah, I may not be married anymore, but there's still a connection. Therefore, the truth is still that important. And then there was question about his ability to process it. And I'm like, I'm not there to monitor him. I'm not there to protect him, to make sure that things are digestible. Sometimes things just are. And it's his choice as to how he perceives them, just as it is for anybody, as to how they perceive their situation. And this person said some words that I just chewed on the whole way here. To be mindful of my words, because and I wasn't blaming him. I gave him the choice. I kept it simple. I even acknowledged the fact that when I say too much, he shuts down. And I said, I was unfaithful in our marriage. That's all. And then I sent a text apologizing that I'm sorry that I put my sense of self-worth, my sense of security, my sense of happiness on you. And therefore I was trying to find it in other places, in other people, in other situations like work. And that wasn't fair to him. And what I needed to do was look for it within. And I sent him the link. There was a link that Abraham Hicks came out this morning, just one of those links that you just needed to hear, right? To know that reassurance that it was what I needed to do. But this person said words, what did she say? That type of pain can be damaging. Is what she said. Pain is damaging. And I was floored. I was just like, it's damaging if that's how you perceive it to be. And then I started thinking about how we perceive pain. We perceive pain to be damaging, so much so that we don't want to feel it, so much so that we try to hide it, bottle it up, not speak of it. And then I said, if we perceive pain to be damaging, then that is what we'll get. Look at the world around us, I told her. Look at our communities, our society. Hate crimes, terrorism, invasions in the Capitol. It all started because of pain that was undealt. We didn't deal with it. And instead, it was put on other people, right? The blame game. Because we put our happiness and our sense of stability and our sense of security on other people, on politicians, on other races, on systems, on the government, on other nations. And this is what we have created. And I said, I know you don't understand it. And that's okay. But if we're going to shift, how we do life, how we teach these kids how to view pain, instead of us looking at pain as something damaging, we need to learn to look at pain as something healing. so that we don't try to run from it, so that we can express it and feel it versus bottling it up and waiting for it to explode. We need to rewrite our own narrative so that the ripple effect can expand. I told her, this is what we've created. We've created the society of hate because of hurt, of past trauma, unresolved pain, for not giving ourselves permission to feel. We need to rewrite our own narrative, and it starts with us, and then the people we interact with, to create the ripple effect. My ex has a choice. He had a choice. I respected, I responded, and now he has another choice as to how he's going to view the situation. And I told her I've tried to give him advice in the past, but he chose not to listen. He chose not to listen. That's his choice. How he copes with it is his choice. But I would rather own my parts and be honest about it than to hide or pretend that it's not there. Or have someone else who's not involved bring it to his attention when it was something I needed to have done from the very beginning. But I was too afraid of what that would happen, what that would look like. So did I have to do it? No. Did he have to choose? No, he didn't. He could have said, I don't want to have anything to do with that. Your channel, nothing. That's not where he was at. That was his choice. And then she said, well, that was a predictable choice. I'm like, it was nonetheless his choice. Predictable or not, it was his choice. He can choose to feel the pain, to be triggered. I said, I trigger people. I told her, with my sheer presence, I trigger people, yet we look at that in a bad way because we don't want to feel those feelings. They're there. We need to feel them. And then I was thinking about what my sister said. Don't be trying to run away from your problems by moving away. I'm healing myself. I'm tying up loose ends. But I'm not running away from home. I'm going home. Because I remember where I came from. And so I know where I'm going. Even though not everyone gets it. That's okay. I'm not afraid to do this alone. I'm not. So I cried a lot on the way home. Just sitting with it. Sitting with those words. Thinking about the world that we have created. Because of how we view pain. How we avoid pain. How we place our happiness, our sense of peace on other people, on other things, on other situations, on systems, on nations. And that made me sad. And then I had good music. I was kind of done being wah wah, Charlie Brown. And so I am like a little more than halfway. I started putting Disney music 'cause that always peps me up. Started singing in my car. I took Gilroy 152, which was really nice. Stopped by one of the little markets along the road and bought a bunch of avocados and some dried mango and a jam. And yeah. And then it was raining the more I got here, and then silly Yubi, I was like, whoa, I didn't check the weather. The funny thing is, or was, when I was driving through the 152, there was this lake that I remember passing the first time. That was the road 152 to the 101. That was the road that I took the first time I ever came to San Francisco by myself. But actually, I drove by myself in essence, but it was with two other friends, and we were going to visit my other friend who was at Stanford. And it felt like it'd been a while that I'd go down that road, and I was glad to go down that road this time. And so anyways, I was going down that road, and there's usually this like lake, and I've taken pictures of the lake as we were driving back on other occasions, and I remember it being so much fuller, and it was really low, and I remember thinking, we need water. It started raining. So I'm glad it's raining. I'll just pick up my stuff tomorrow. It'll be there. I'm glad to be home. I'm glad to be home. That's all. Hi. My name is Yubi, and in case you haven't figured it out, this footage is capturing my experience as I learn to navigate my personal spiritual awakening. I am learning that this experience is unique to each one of us. In whatever way we believe we are embracing living our truth, this just happens to be my journey. And despite me having a graduate degree and a license in clinical social work, this by no means is intended to replace any type of mental health advice. This is just me on a personal level, documenting my experience, shedding light on the truth that I am learning and discovering for myself, and really inviting you along for the ride. If by some magical chance you find this content to be helpful in any way, shape, or form, please click the like button, share the message, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have an Instagram account, a personal one, and one specifically for this channel that you're more than welcome to check out. I'm an open book. I have also created t-shirt designs. I'm wearing my favorite one right now, which is the North Node design, but I have that and other things that you can look at inspired by this process and journey, and I have the link in the description box as well as in the about section of my YouTube channel. So you're more than welcome to check those items out. Any type of support is great. Again, if you find this content really helpful or meaningful, sometimes when we take that step and be vulnerable, with showing what's inside our hearts and what's really our truth, we realize that we're much more connected than what we thought we were. And so I hope that as I'm living this experience, and that you find some type of truth for yourself, or find some type of ability to heal in some way just by relating, just by knowing that you're not alone. That really has been my goal with this process, not just being able to connect with others, but really for my own healing. It's definitely been a therapeutic experience and a very creative one for myself. So I thank you, and I wish you all the best, and